Hi guys, welcome to the Kids Weekend Code Lab. All right, and in this Weekend Code Lab, we are going to be talking about storytelling. All right, using generative AI. That's what we are going to do for the 8 weeks. Okay, and today we will do introduction to storytelling using generative AI. So today we're just going to learn about what storytelling is all about, what generative AI is all about, where we can see it, what it's used for. All right, so today we're just going to do an introduction of this. All right, so let's look at the goal for the day. All right, the first goal is to help you guys understand what storytelling means. All right, to show how stories are used in everyday life, design and media, and to show you guys how generative AI helps in storytelling and design. So what is storytelling? All right, what is storytelling? I know a lot of you might know what storytelling is. All right, but then let's look at what it means. So storytelling is how we share adventures, feelings and lessons. All right, story can be happy, fun, scary or magical. Good stories make people imagine and dream big. So storytelling is all about sharing your adventures or your feelings or lessons. All right, I want to believe that we tell story every day. Maybe on a Monday morning when you go to school and you're telling your friend about how your weekend went, all right, how you spent your weekend. That is storytelling. Okay, so we also incorporate storytelling in designs. All right, most of the times when you see a flyer or any design, all right, it tells a story. It has a story to tell. Right, so example, we have the Cinderella story about kindness, we have the Lion King story about bravery and family, and we have the superheroes, saving the world like Superman, Batman, and so much more. Okay, so now every story has a beginning, middle, and end. All right, in stories you don't just start telling stories. All right, it has a beginning. All right, it has a middle and it has an end. So the beginning introduces the character and setting. Okay, then the middle, something exciting or challenging happens. All right, maybe the problem. Okay, and then the end, the problem gets solved or something important is learned. Do you get? So we get to understand that there are actually rules to tell the story. All right, you don't just come and maybe you start telling the story from when the problem have already been solved to what the problem is what this problem is all about, and stuff like that. You have to start from the beginning, the middle, right, and the end. Okay, so where is storytelling used? This storytelling that we're talking about, where can it be used? All right, so we have in books. I know a lot of you read novels, comics and children books, a lot of novels, especially for the fact that you go to school. I know you guys will have story books, novels and so many more, right? Just like we have here, we have different story books right here, children's book. Okay, you can also see it in movies and cartoons, all right, like Frozen, Toy Story or Spider-Man. So just looking at this flyer right here, this design, all right, it tells a story. Okay, the design tells a story. Then when you now watch the actual movie, then you now get the main story. Okay, so the next one, you can also see it in video games. So every game has a story. All right, even though I know I'm not much of a game person, I don't play game, but I know that every game has a story to tell. Maybe it has heroes or villains, missions, stuff like that, where maybe the heroes are shooting the villains, or things like that. Okay, so now we can also see it in advertisements. Companies use story to sell products. So if you look at this flyer design that we have here, it's telling a story. Okay, and the first one, you say, tired of spending weekends doing laundry. All right, then you see a picture of a woman who looks so scattered and looking tired and all that. And then you see the next flyer saying, let's clean, tidy laundry, take care of it for you. You see now they're advertising their products, all right, advertising their company. And then the next one is saying, we don't just wash clothes, we rescue weekends. Okay, so you see how this company has just used this flyer to tell a story, all right, and then advertise what they are doing. Okay, so in posters, all right, flyers and designs, a good poster tells a mini story visually. You know, like I told you guys in the beginning of the class, I said that every flyer has a story to tell. A good flyer, not every, but then a good flyer has a story to tell, all right, visually. Just by looking at it, it's actually telling you something. It's actually telling you a story. Like now we have this flyer right here, all right, this Children's Day Fest. So looking at it, it has a story to tell. What story? It's telling us, oh, that there is a Children's Day Fest that is happening, and then this is happening on the 27th of May, and ticket is for 2,000. It's telling us the venue and then the activities. All right, so just by looking at this flyer right here, it's already telling me a story. What story is it telling me? It's telling me a story about how the Children's Day Fest is going to go, the requirements that I need to be there. Okay, so how does storytelling connect to graphic design? So let's look at how the storytelling actually connects to graphic design, because we are graphic designers. Okay, so let's look at how it connects to graphic design. So designers use storytelling, you know, to make people understand a message quickly, you know, to create emotional connection with colors, pictures, and words, all right, then build brands and characters, like Nike that have, you know, just do it, all right, it tells the story, just do it, like a motivational quote or story kind of, or, you know, the Disney characters, all right, also tells the story. So they use storytelling, all right, to make people understand the message quickly, because when you are telling a story, it helps people to understand what you are saying, like easily and quickly, and then it creates emotional connection with colors, pictures, and words. Just like now, let me show you guys. Let's go back to this. So just like this flyer now that we have here, right? You know, for me, the first time I saw this flyer now, right, I built a connection with it. Why? Because for us now that works, all right, on Sundays is our off day. Okay, so that Sundays now you're supposed to use it and rest, but there you are not tired, you need to wash clothes. So look, just going through this flyer now, just with the words. Now we are looking at the words and the colors that they use. Now they now said, we don't just wash clothes, we rescue weekends. So you see, it has a connection to, I don't know if I should use the word my life, all right, but then I'm just showing you guys how, you know, telling a story with a design, how it can build, you know, connection, and then make people understand the message easily. Okay, so every good graphic design, all right, usually tells a story without needing many words. Okay, so any good graphic design tells a story without, you know, needing too much words. Like you don't need to, you know, say a lot for people to actually understand what you are saying, okay, or what you are trying to, the information you are trying to pass to them. All right, so now that we know what storytelling is, you know, sharing adventures, exciting moments, and dreams, all right, let's think about something fun. So in the past, if you wanted to bring your story to life, you had to draw every picture by hand or act it out yourself. Okay, I don't think it's only in the past, even up to now, all right, people still do draw. Okay, but then one thing that I'm about to tell you now, all right, which is about generative AI. All right, this is going to bring us to generative AI. All right, so generative AI is like a magic helper, all right, that can imagine your story with you. You can describe your hero, your world, or your adventure, and then the AI can help you create a picture all right, build scenes and write parts of your story. Okay, so now one thing that this generative AI does for us is that you don't need to be good in drawing, all right, for you to be able to tell a story. I don't know if what I'm saying is making sense, okay? But then imagine maybe in the past, like I say, for someone to, have, for somebody to be a storyteller, all right, you have to be good in drawing, because you need to draw now, you understand, and then make the design and things like that. But then these days, you don't even need to know how to draw, all right, to make some designs. Because why? AI can draw what you want it to draw for you. You just need to explain what you want him to generate for you, all right. And then one amazing thing is that if you want it to look like, a pencil drawing, it can make it to be like that. If you want it to be like a real picture, you can make it like that. However texture that you want the image or the design to have, AI can do it for you. All right, so then I say that for this code lab, all right, we're going to just be discussing about storytelling and AI generation. We're going to explore different ways that we can use this AI generation, all right, to our own use to make designs. Okay, so now, what is the generative AI? It's a type of computer, all right, computer technology that can create new things like pictures, stories, music, or videos, all right, all by itself after learning from example. Like I just said, you just need to tell AI what you want it to do for you, and then it will create it for you. Okay, like for me, if I'm making a design, because there is something that this AI does for you, right? It makes your design looks unique. Okay, maybe I want to make a design, all right, but then there is a particular way I want that picture to be, and I have searched online. I was not able to get that kind of picture. Okay, there's something that we call prompts, all right. So you can just use, depending on the AI you are using, all right, we have a lot of AI. So you can just tell okay, please, I want you to generate an image of, let me say, a child wearing a school uniform. Please, I want the school uniform to be pink in color, and maybe she should be carrying a bag. I want her hand to be like this. I want her hair to be like this and like that. And you see, it will generate that image the way you described it to be. So isn't that exciting? Because now you know that image, and one thing with AI is that it hardly generates, like I've not seen AI generating like the same image 2 times. Okay, like you have the same face, like there must be something different, all right. So it makes your design unique. Okay, at least you can say, okay, there's this design, I know that people can't find the picture anywhere. All right, so it makes your design looks unique and interesting. All right, so let's look at where is generative AI used in design. All right, so you can use it in creating illustrations. All right, so artists use AI to generate fantasy, landscape, animal, or character. So now if you look at this flyer right here, do you know that this picture now that looks like a hand-drawn picture that was drawn and painted, all right, illustration, do you know that this was generated by using AI? So you just need to tell AI, okay, this is what I want, please can you generate something like this for me? And then, so this design now was made with generating AI. Those pictures was from AI, all right. So next one, we have making storyboards. All right, so you can use this generative AI to make storyboards. All right, this is what we mean by storyboard. I don't know, but when I was making this lesson notes, all right, like it made me recall something. Okay, so when we were in primary school, I don't know if you guys still do it now, but then when we were in primary school, right, we we used to make something like this. Like we have a personal book for it, like you just buy a book and then you just start drawing. Okay, you draw somebody, draw the school, you know, put the speech bubble of what the person is saying, and then maybe later you come to your friend and you're telling your friend, oh, okay, you're telling your friend about the story. So this person did this, he said this thing, and then he came here, and then he did something like this, and then he came here. You get, so this is a storyboard, all right? And then you can use AI to make something like this. So you can ask the AI, okay, I want to generate a picture of a boy standing in front of the school locker, all right? And then maybe give him the clothes, let him be wearing like pants and shirts, all right? And then a small boy should be standing at his back. It generates the image for you, and then you pick the one you like. If you don't like the one it generated for you, maybe you change the prompt a little bit and then regenerate again. Then now use your hand and put the speech bubbles. This is what we call speech bubbles. So just use your hand and put the speech bubbles and then your text. And just like that, you have made yourself a storyboard without being good in drawing, without knowing how to draw. Okay? So we can also use AI to generate logos and branding ideas. Yes, you heard me right. So like this now, I generated this logo with AI. So let's go to AI. Okay, there's a particular AI, right, that generates logo for you. So you just told me, you know, what's the name that I want to use for my company. I told it, okay, said choose my color. I chose my favorite color, what type of font, and all those things. Like it was asking me things that I would want. All right, and then after choosing, it generated so many logos for me, but then I liked this too, and then I picked it. So you see how I just used AI to generate our logo. Okay, so now you can also use AI in editing pictures and videos. All right, I'll show you guys this in Canva, because Canva is this application software that I'll be using for this. Okay, so there's a place in Canva where, you know, if you upload a picture, you can just click it, all right, and then edit the picture, auto edit. All right, so if you just click on auto edit, it will automatically edit the picture for you. How are you able to do that? AI. Okay, I'm able to do that. AI. So why does designers use generative AI? One, speed. AI can generate many ideas quickly, helping saving time. So imagine if you need to do a design that has to do with illustration. All right, the time that you will, you know, go through, like, you know, hand drawing everything, you can just use AI to generate your image quickly. All right, so with one thing that AI does for us, all right, one thing that designers use AI for, all right, is because of the speed. It makes your work faster. All right, then inspiration. AI gives designers new, unexpected ideas they might not have thought of. Okay, AI sometimes gives you idea that like you have not thought of. All right, sometimes it might even might have thought of it. Okay, but then we are like, oh, I have this crazy idea, but then I don't even know how to pull it off. Like, how am I going to start? Where am I going to start? You can just, AI, please, this is what I have in mind. Can you help me and generate something like this? And then it generates it for you, and then you might not use exactly the same thing, but then you have an idea, all right, of what you want to do. Then the next one, we have customization. So designers can tweak and adjust AI creation to fit their unique vision. All right, this customization, you know, just like I said, that it can create a picture for you the way you want it. Okay, so it makes your work look unique. All right, and then we have productivity. Designers can focus on the big ideas, all right, while AI handles repetitive tasks like background design, color suggestion, and so much more. All right, so these are the few reasons, all right, why designers use this generative AI. Okay, so how generative AI helps storytelling and design. Okay, so make storytelling easier and more visual. Kids can use AI to imagine entire world, character, and scene. One thing with AI is that there is no limitation. All right, you can imagine whatever you want to imagine. It's just like your cartoons. There are some unthinkable things that happen in cartoons, and we know that this is not possible. Do you understand? That is how it is with AI. All right, you can imagine the entire world for kids, character and scenes. All right, then design makes design faster, just like you said. It makes your design a lot faster because it generates image for you like in seconds. Okay, so instead of drawing everything from scratch, AI gives you a head start. All right, then it boosts creativity. AI gives surprisingly ideas that spark even more creativity. Okay, so now that we know how generative AI can help us imagine and create, all right, let's try something fun together. So I'm going to make a very simple story, just a few sentences, all right, and then we'll see how AI can bring it to life. Okay, so now, all right, I'm just going to show you guys the overall of what we are going to learn, but we'll be taking it bit by bit. Okay, so now we are going to create something. We're going to create something. So let's look at what I made with AI. Then we'll run down through the step and we'll go and open our Canva, okay, to start. All right, so look at it.
Colorful robot city lived a little robot named Robo. He loved to tell stories and make everyone laugh. One morning, the city's imagination machine broke. No new stories, no new games, no new fun. Robo knew he had to help. Robo went on a big adventure. He met talking trees and silly clouds who gave him clues to find the missing storybook. After a long search, Robo found the magic storybook hidden under a sparkling rainbow. When Robo returned, the imagination machine came back to life. Stories, games, and fun filled the city once again. Robo became a hero forever.
So you see how we just made like all the slides, all right, the pictures that you saw in this video, right, was generated using AI. Okay, so generated using AI. Then the text to speech, that's the voice you're hearing, I just typed the text, okay, and then use AI to generate it into speech, okay, and then I now animated it. All right, so you see how each page is coming and then coming and going with the voice, and they added a little bit of background music. Okay, so now let's run down step-by-step instruction on how to achieve this. So the first thing we're going to do, all right, is to start a new Canva design. So we're going to create a Canva design, and the document size we'll be using for this is Instagram Square, 1080 by 1080. All right, then we will click on Magic Media. So Magic Media is Canva AIS. All right, this is where you can generate your images, graphics, and videos. Okay, it's located at the left sidebar. Then after that, then we'll type the prompt. I told you guys that prompts are like what you actually want the AI to generate for you. So we'll type the prompt, okay, and then click on generate image down here, and it will generate image for you. But let me tell you guys something quickly. So for those that are not using Canva Pro, all right, if you're using the normal free Canva, you only have 8 attempts. All right, you only have, it's called credits, 10 credits. Canva gives you 10 credits, so you only have 10 attempts. All right, so, and for one attempt it gives you like 4 different pictures. All right, generates 4 different images for you. So whatever you are doing, you need to be careful because you only have 10. But then if you are using Canva Pro, You can generate as many as you want. There is no limitation, all right? But for us that are using the free Canva Pro, all right, you only have 10 attempts. So you should actually know what you are telling it to generate for you, so you don't end up using all your credits and then you don't get what you want. Okay, so then we'll click on, you know, generate image. All right, see the one that you have generated, you liked, all right, you click on it and then automatically it uploads on Canva. Anyone that you don't click on, all right, once you generate another image, it is gone. All right, you are not going to see it again. But then if you click on it and then it uploads here, you also see that it will upload on your Canva. So it's already saved in your Canva, so you can use it anytime. But if you did not click on it, that means you didn't save it. Okay, so anyone that you like, even if you might not use it at that time, but then you just generated the images, and let me say you have 2 images that you liked out of the 4, you can just click on the 2 of them to save both. Okay, so maybe later if you want to use it, then you already know it's already saved in your Canva. So once you click on the one you want, then you resize it. Okay, then you resize it. So the next one is to generate another image. So for this design we had 5 slides. Okay, we had 5 different slides. So we generate the first one, the second one, this is the second page, and then this is the third page, and the fourth, and the 5th. But before you start generating your image, sorry I forgot to tell you guys, before you start generating your image, make sure you already have your story. Okay, because you can't just start generating image without having a story. All right, so make sure you already have a story before you start generating image. So if I start generating this image, I already have my story written out. All right, so I was just now telling it scene by scene. What do I mean scene by scene? Like page by page. All right, so make sure you already have your story. So now that we are done creating our image with Canva, all right, your Canva generative AI, let's add some speech bubble. Okay, so now we'll add some speech bubble. We'll click on element and search for bubble. Okay, element is at the left sidebar. All right, then you choose any one you like. Okay, so for me I chose this particular one here. So once you choose it, then you click on text to, all right, and write, 1 or 2 sentences, all right, that you want people to read. So this is what I did. I did it for the first slide and second slide, third, fourth, 5th. So once I was done, it was time for me to animate. Okay, so to animate, you click on the page, all right. You can click on the slide or you can click on any of the elements. Okay, you see animate up here. Then if you click on the animate, then you can see animate there. You can animate elements. That is, what do I mean by elements? I can decide to just animate only the speech bubble, or only the text, or only the picture. All right, that's animating by pay element. But then there is something called page animation. So then you get to animate the whole page. Okay, I'm still going to show you guys all this. So after animating each slide, all right, so the second one, if you are done animating, then you add a voice. Okay, so in Canva, right, at that left sidebar, there is a place called, you see apps. All right, so in this app, you're just going to click on it, and we'll see audio and voice. We'll click on audio and voice over. All right, look, there are so many apps here that you can generate, images. You can generate, voiceovers. Okay, but then most of them you need to pay for it. Okay, most of them you need to pay for it. All right, so I'm still going to show you guys the one that you can use. So this is the particular one that I use, AI text to speech. This particular one was the one that I used because at least it gives you some free trials, I think, every day. Okay, so and that's it. You come here, Once you have signed in, all right, you will see, you come here, you choose a voice. You can change the voice to, you know, whatever they give you. So you just look at the option and change the voice to which one you want, all right. Then you come here, you add the text. So you make sure that your text is already ready. So click on the, write your text here, and then the next thing for you is to click on generate speech, and then it will generate it for you. Okay, all right. So once it's done generating, just click on it, and then it will come under the slides. Okay, once you come under the slides, you need to, you know, preview and edit it. So to preview, if you look up, you will see this play this thing here. So you just click on it, you watch the video. If there is a place like you need to adjust, then you just edit it, and that's it. So now let's open our Canva, all right, and start animating. All right, so now we're already in our Canva. All right, so this is how the Canva interface looks like. All right, so in Canva, I call it Canva homepage, and then we have also the designer editor interface. All right, like Canva has two interface: homepage, all right, interface, and then the designer editor interface. Okay, so this is how the Canva interface, homepage interface looks like. All right, here we have create, home, project, templates, brand, Canva AI, apps, and then, you know, so much more. Okay, so now for us to create our design, which is the first step to take, all right, we'll come here, we'll click on create. All right, so we'll click on it. Sorry. All right, so now we are going to look for Instagram square post. All right, Instagram square post. So we search for Instagram. All right, so look at it right here. Okay, this is the particular one that I want to use here, 1080 by 1080. You see, they have just like normal Instagram post. This is 4x5. Okay, you have Instagram story, Instagram reels, Instagram profile picture, Instagram story video, Instagram reel cover. All right, so one thing with Canva is that it already has, you know, already made templates for you. So any design you want to make, one thing you just need to do is just to search for it. All right, even if it's a book cover you want to make, just search for book cover. You will see that there's a template for book cover. All right, there's already a design for book cover. So anything you want to make, you search for it. And when you are designing, okay, you don't just use any particular document size that you want, and then you just use that design. Because let me say now you want to, you know, make a post for Instagram, all right, and you now want to go and use something like Twitter. You want to go and use something like Twitter. So let me say now you want to make, you know, a design for Instagram. I now want to go and use like Twitter cover page, document size, and make it. Obviously, it's not going to fit. All right. So to get a proper fit for your design, it's best to use the right document size. So now we just click on this Instagram post square. So click on it, and then I'm so sorry that this is taking a little time. My network is slow, okay, but then it's loading. All right, so what is loading now is what I call the designer editor interface. Okay, this is like where the magic happens. All right, this is where you design. Okay, so if you look at here, we already have our canvas. All right, this is how the Instagram square document size, this is how it looks like. Okay, here at the left sidebar we have design, we have elements, we have text, brand, uploads to, projects, you know, apps, magic media, and so on. Okay, so this is where like we design. Okay, so now that we have this, the one thing I want to do, okay, so that it has my design, all right, is the first of all, you know, my story. I want to put down my story here to make sure that I have my story here. So I've already copied it, so I'll just paste it here. Okay, so this is my story. Okay, this is it. So now what I just need to do, you know, is just to follow the guide in this story that I've written and just make the design that I want to make. So now that I have, let's call it our script. Okay, so this is my script. All right, so next thing I want to do now is to add a page, add another page. So we don't go back to go and create a design. We just come down here, this plus sign, we click on it. All right, you see it's added another fresh page for us. Okay, so the first step we want to take, or the second step after we have gotten our script, is for us to, you know, generate our image. Okay, so I will just come down to Magic Media here. This is the Canva AI generative AI, like you can use to generate your image, your videos, and so on. So we click on Magic Media. All right, so if you click on this Magic Media, you can see we have image, we have graphics, we have videos, all right, and so on. So you can generate image, all right, you can generate graphics, you can generate video. So now a very important question: what is the difference between images and graphics? Okay, what is the difference? So now images, all right, comes with a background. Like images are like pictures. They say it comes with a background, all right, of its own, all right. But then graphics, like the graphics doesn't come with a background, all right. You can fit it anywhere. You can decide to add your own background, all right. So that's basically the difference between image and graphics. Okay, graphics does not come with a background, and then image comes with a background. And one thing in Canva is that it's only if you are using Canva Pro, that is the only way you're able to remove image. If you're not using Canva Pro, you can't remove images in Canva. Okay, so now to generate these images, I'm going to use graphics instead of images. Okay, so but then before then, if you come down to this image here, you will see style. All right, if you click on it, you can see this styles that we have here. All right, look very well. You see they all has different texture. Okay, look, that's the way this picture is looking, that's the way this picture is looking, that's the way this picture is looking, this one, this one. Do you understand? This one, so this one is looking like anime. So maybe one of those days we'll create like this thing for anime, a story for anime, and then we can use this particular digital art, all right, to create it. We have 3D model, we have normal 3D concept art. And actually guys, that one thing with AI is that it can generate anyhow you want the image to be. If you want it to look like, you know, a pencil drawn image or a hand drawn image, it can make it to be like that. All right, you see this one is color pencil, ink print, oil paint, so many styles that you can use. Okay, so many styles that you can use. And then it has, you know, different layout. So you can decide for your pictures to come out to be square. You can decide for it to be, you know, landscape or portrait. But for me, I just leave it in square. I don't use to change it. I just leave my pictures, you know, to come in square. Okay, so now we click on graphics. If you look, I already have 7 daily credits. This is what I meant when I was talking about credits. I told you guys you only have 10 daily credits. So every day they give you 10 daily credits. So now I've already used 3, so I have 7 left. Okay, and then if I'm to generate, which I'm still going to generate another image, all right. But then just know something, all right, it's not going to be the same image that I showed you guys. That's not going to be the same one we are going to have here. or else I decide to, you know, go to my uploads and then go and use that the same image. Okay, maybe after I've shown you guys, but then I don't know for now. So let's start. So let's generate image. So generate image, remember we're already in graphics. Okay, so we come to describe what you like to create. So here is where we write the prompt. All right, so I just click on it. Okay, and then I describe what I want. So because I already have my script right here, okay, so just page 1, which says introduction. Let me show you guys this very well. So I'll just come and say, you know, Rob, this is the picture that I wanted to have. Okay, so I'll just say Rob in a city waving or playing with robots. All right, this is why I say you need to have your script ready. So this is the picture I wanted to generate for me. So I just come here, I paste it. So what is in my description is Rob in the city waving or playing with other robots. Okay, so I come to generate graphics and then I click on it. So our image is generating. All right, if your network is more faster, it will go more faster. So you see, we already have one. So now do you see what is happening? It generated an image for us. So it's waving here, also waving here. So now we have this. Remember I told you, if anyone you click on, it automatically uploads. Look at, do you see what happened? Let me click on another one now. We're looking at here now, you see what will happen here. See, so now it's automatically, for these two which I've clicked like this now, it's automatically saved in my canvas. Okay, all right, so just like this. So now at least I like this tree, 1 2 3. Okay, I like this tree. So what do? You see now that this image came without a background, but assuming we use images to generate this image, it would have had a background. Okay, so now I have this one here. Okay, I don't know the one I want to use. I have this. Okay, let me show you guys. So this is the first one that I have. So you see, this is the first one. All right, so let me just delete this because I already have it in my canvas. So if it's that one that I want to use, I can just go to uploads and upload it again. So this is the second one. All right, so and then this is the third one. This is the third picture. So now do you see? Well then I think I want to use this particular one that is here. Okay, so I'll just like delete it. If I now want to just come and get it here, I'll just click on uploads. Okay, see, I told you guys that anyone that I have clicked on, it automatically uploads here. You get? So I'll just come here and then I'll click on this. This is the one I want to use. Okay, so now we have this. All right, we have the picture for the first page. Okay, so now let's add another page. So we add another page like this. Then I come back to my script. Okay, let me increase this again so that you guys see. So for page 2, the picture I want, you know, Bob looking worried and the broken machine with flashlights. This is the image I want to create. So what do? I just copy this, Ctrl C to copy. I come back to my Magic Media. All right, come down, clear this particular one here, and then paste it. So the description says Bob looking worried and the broken machine with flashlights. So I say generate again. So now my image is generating. This is the first one we generated, so we are going to the second page. Okay, so our image is generating. So you see, now one thing in this is that it doesn't give us the same exact picture of Rob. This is why I told you that AI hardly gives you the same picture. Okay, so you see, it don't give us the same picture. So maybe we should use this particular one here. So I've clicked on it, so you see it's here, but it's still loading. Okay, it's still loading, so see it here. All right, so if you look at this, it's looking worried. All right, you see, so if you look, you see that the machines here looks, broken, because our description says Rob looking worried. You see the face is looking worried, and then the broken machine with flashlights. You see broken machines here with flashlights. Okay, so you see, generated the image what we told him we wanted. So this is for the second slide, all right, our second page. So we come down here, we add another page, okay, which is the third one. I told you guys we're making like 5 pages, all right. So I go back to my script, okay. So for the third page, I want the picture to be Rob walking through a colorful magical forest or jumping on clouds. Okay, so what do? I just copy it. Sorry, this thing is Robo, not Rob. I don't know why I keep calling it Rob. Okay, so let's get our magical forest. So Ctrl V, and then we generate again. So this is for the third slide. So you see, fantasy. You see, it's working on, because we said forest or jumping on clouds. So you see, it's not working on air, not working on clouds. Look. So I think I'm going to use this particular one here. So I'll just click on it for it to upload here. So now he's going on an adventure. All right, so now we have this right here. So now let's make the fifth slide. Sorry, the fourth one. Okay, so we go back to my script, and then the next one says the picture I wanted to have here, okay, is Rob holding the magical storybook, all right, with lights and sparkles around him. So I'll just, copy this, Ctrl C, and then I will Ctrl V this, and then generate. Alright, so this is generating. So now we have this. Okay. So which one should I choose? I think I'm going to choose this one. I don't like any word that is here. In fact, I don't like anyone that is here. But because I already have 3 daily credits left, I don't want to, generate again. So what do? I just come to uploads because I already have something like this. So I will just search for it. Oh, and then this is taking long. It's taking long because of my network. Network is slow. Okay, let's just make do with what we have. All right, let's make do with what we have. So I'll just use this one. I'll just use a particular one here. Okay, so this is doing like this because my network is slow. So you see, we have this here. So let's create the 5th slide. Okay, so for the 5th one, we'll go back to the script, and then the 5th one should be, a party scene because you have gotten the book. So the party scene. So we Control C this, we come here, we clear this particular one, and then we Control V, and then we generate. Okay. So now we're generating this. So we have a party scene here. Okay. Then maybe we should just use this. So we have this here. I scale it. So we have the party scene here, okay? So now, I know you're wondering, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, we have our scenes ready. But then, if you know something is missing here, all right? We don't have our cover because we can't just start the story from here, all right? So you have to have like our story cover. And then, so to have the story cover, we add another one. So now that we have this, I just take this and bring it up here. I just take it and then I bring it here to the front. And I tell AI to, generate the story book cover with the title with a title Robo and the Robo and the imaginative. Let me check. Sorry. So, sorry about that. I'll just say title. Generate It's a book cover with title Robo and the Lost Imagination. All right, name, story by Blessing Amarachi. All right, so let's see what it gives us. So click on generate. I think we just need to manage this particular one. So see what is going to happen. I'm going to edit this because sometimes AI gives you something that you don't like. So now let's work on this, okay? So we come down here to tools. We click on tools, okay? Come to shape, get a shape to use and cover this. Okay, I'm going to use a shape and cover this so that I write the name I want to, since it didn't get what I wanted it to get for me. So I'll change the color to white. So do you see the magic I did there? I just covered the name. I just covered the name. Okay, so now I'm going to write my own name. So what am I going to do? I'll just come here to test. Okay, then I'll click on add a text box, and then I will now write, I'm going to write Robo so here you guys see what I'm doing. Let's do Ctrl V. Alright, so I just wrote Robo and the Lost Imagination. Alright, so for this, let me make this font to be the way I want it. Alright, so I'll come to font here and I'll change the font size. This is where you change like the font. Alright, so I want to change this font. Maybe let me check this and see if I like it. Okay, this is not bad. Okay, so I'm going to duplicate this. So I'll just come here, duplicate. Okay, take this one up and then remove this part. Alright, so I'll just remove this part and make it bigger. So I'll just come here, remove this Robo here, and then I make sure I place this in the middle. And you know the alignment we talked about, I don't want this touching here. Okay, so I'm making sure I'm placing it very well. So reduce this a bit. Okay, so now I want to change the color. So I'll just come and then I change the color to this. Change this color to this. Okay, so now we have Robo and the Lost Imagination. Alright, so this is our title. Okay, so this is our book cover. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we need to make another slide saying the end. Okay, so we come here, add a page. So this time around I want to make the the slide myself. So we come to elements, all right, and we search for clouds. So you can search for clouds. Oh, clouds background. Okay. We come to graphics. We click on see all. Okay. Now choose this one. So I'll click on it. Scale to fit the entire background. Okay. And then the next thing is for us to write the end. So I'll just come here, right click, copy this, come here, right click, paste, and then I just write the end. Okay, so now we have this. So what next are we going to do? We need to animate this. So now we just take this to the end, all right, so that everything will be in alignment. I just take my scripts down here. Okay, if you want, you can also delete, but then I don't want to delete it because I still need things here. All right, so now what we're going to do now is to animate this. Okay, so to animate this, we just click on this particular one, all right, and then you click on it. You're going to see animate here. So click on animate. Okay, then you will see photo, you will see page. So I want to animate the page, so I'll just click on page. Okay, are you seeing the way it's coming in? So it depends on how you want it to come in. Okay, so I think I like this one, so I'll just click on it. All right, if you scroll down, you see both on enter and on exit. So I want the same way it comes out, I want it to also leave the same way. Okay, so I'll click on the second slide, all right, to animate it also. So how should we make this one come in? Okay, let's just say pan. All right, on both sides. Click on the third slide. So maybe this one, let's try and use for the third one. So click on this one. Okay, so this, I'll choose this for this one. So just any animation that you feel like you like, then you can just choose it. So since this is a party, I want to give it something dramatic. Okay, so and then the end, this. Okay, so now we have animated this, but there is something missing. We haven't actually added our speech bubble. So to add the speech bubble, we come to elements, click on elements, and this time around we search for speech. All right, speech bubble. So I scroll down so I can see, so graphics, we can see all. So you have so many speech bubbles here that you can use. So I want to use this, so I'll just click on it. So it's here. So I'll just decide to, place it here. And I want to change the color. So I'll just change the color to this color. Not bad. So this, instead of me to, come and just start getting another speech bubble, I'll just right click, copy, come here, right click, paste. Okay, just place this wherever you want it to be. So I just decide to place this here. So because I already have this copied, right click, paste. So we put this one here too. Come here, right click, paste. So now we have this here. Yeah, we have it. We have it here. Okay, so we come here, we paste it. Okay, so now we have this. So now let's add, the speech. So come back to our script. Okay, so in our script here, the first thing I want them to say is, in a colorful city, robot city, lived a little robot named Robo. So I'll just come here, copy this like this, Control C, come here, paste it. All right. So I just have this. So I make sure that it fits. So you see, just like that, I have something like this. So I'll come to the second slide, and then go to my script. So the second speech I want to say is, one morning the city imagination machine broke. So I'll do Control C, come to the second slide, Control V, and then make it fit. Okay, so make it fit. So we'll go back to our script, which is, for the third one, Rob went on a big adventure. So we just start from here, and then we'll copy this to this. So here is where he's going for an adventure. So we are going to we come here to copy the fourth one. So copy the fourth one, Control C, come to the fourth slide. Okay, do Control V. So I need to scale this to fit. Okay, so for the fifth one, Control C, and then Control V. So just place it here. And place it like this. Okay. So now we have our speech bubbles. Okay. So now to generate the text to speech. All right. So we'll come to apps at the left sidebar. Click on apps. Okay. So as you can see, we have AI generation, we have audio and voice over, communication, file and data management, and so on. All right. Now what we are looking for here is audio and voice over. So just click on audio and voice over. Okay. So these are different apps. This one is for music. As you can see, music. Right, you can download your music. These ones are for sound effects. Okay, and these ones are for voice over. All right, so this is a particular one we are going to use, because I think I tried using this one and this one, and I got to understand that you need to pay to use it. So this is the one that we use. So you just click on this. Okay. So now, as you can see, choose a voice. So here you can decide to choose the voice that you want. I want it to be in this US. Here, you can decide to, let me show you something. Are you hearing
You can
it?
use natural lifelike voices to turn your text.
So if you don't like this voice, you can choose another one. See?
You can use natural lifelike voices.
You see? So like there are different voices that you can actually, use. Okay? Let's try Cherry. So
You can use natural lifelike voices.
okay, so I think I'm going to use this. So now, another thing is your text. The text I want to generate to make it to speech, all right, to be into audio form, you need to type it here. Okay, so now to do that, that's why we had the speech bubble here. So what I can just do, because I want it to be saying exactly the same thing in this speech bubble, so I'll just come here, all right, copy this, press Ctrl C, come here, do Ctrl V. Okay, I'll click on enter for the next page. Okay, so I will come here, the second one, all right, click on it, Ctrl C, which is to copy, come down here, Ctrl V to paste it. Okay, come here, Ctrl C to copy, come here, enter, Ctrl V to paste. Come here also, Ctrl C to copy, come here, Ctrl V to paste. So last one, click on it, Ctrl C, Ctrl V. So this is the text that I want it to generate for me. Okay, so what do I do? All right, what do I do? You can even decide to add subtitle. Okay, so assuming like we don't have speech bubble, we can actually add subtitle. Okay, so we just click on generate speech. Okay, what happened? Oh, you see, they're telling me that I've used all free voiceover credits. So to continue creating voiceover, I should upgrade. Okay, so what I'm going to do, because for me, I've exhausted my own, all right, but then that is just how to, generate. So as when you click on generate speech, all right, it will just generate it for you, and then just click on it, it will appear here. So let me just upload the one that I have that I generated before. Okay, so I have this, all right, so you see it's under here. So what do? I just so this is how it looks like. Okay, so now to preview, because we need to edit this, we come here, you click on it.
Robo. He loved to tell stories and make everyone laugh.
You see, it started before. So now you see it's here. So when we previewed it, all right, you could see that it started from this speech, because this is where we started copying from. Okay, so what do I need to do? I will shift this. I'll shift it to start from here. Okay, so you see where it's starting. You see where it's starting from. All right, so now I just hold on a bit. This is loading. Okay, so my network is slow, that's why this is happening. But it's coming up. Okay, so see here, all right, so let's preview it and see like how it started and know if we need to like increase the timing for the animation. All right, so I'll click on it. All right,
Bot named Robo. He loved to tell stories and make everyone laugh. One morning, the city's imagination machine broke. No new stories, no new games, no new fun. Robo knew he had to help. Robo went on a big adventure. He met talking trees and silly clouds who gave him clues to find the missing storybook.
Do you know something?
After a long search,
that this
Robo found the magic storybook hidden under a spark.
Is fast. If you notice, it is fast. So what do we need to do? We need to increase the timing for this. So we come here, okay, we click on this. So we can't do this here. Let's do it in duration. Okay, so I'm going to increase the duration for this. All right, so what do? I'll just come here. I'll stretch it a bit. Come here also, stretch it a bit. Come here also, stretch it a bit. So that it's rhyming with the same thing that it's saying. Okay. So now let's preview it.
Bot named Robo. He loved to tell stories and make everyone laugh. One morning, the city's imagination machine broke. No new stories, no new games, no new fun. Robo knew he had to help. Robo went on a big adventure. He met talking trees and silly clouds who gave him clues to find the missing storybook. After a long search, Robo found the magic storybook hidden under a sparkling rainbow. When Robo returned, the imagination machine came back to life. Stories, games, and fun filled the city once again. Robo became a hero forever.
So you see, at least now we have gotten it to some extent. Well, I think we need to, So now we have this, okay? So I want to put like a background music under. So, from the start here, it's not saying anything. So that it doesn't just come like this and look so boring. So we come to uploads, all right? I'll go to audio, because I already have my audio file uploaded. But then if you don't, you just click on the upload files and get the file where it is. Okay, I'll just click on it. All right, so I will just bring this right here. All right, and click on fade. And when it's going out, so you just fade out a little. So let's preview it. See?
Bot named Robo. He loved to tell stories and make everyone laugh.
Okay, let's check something out. If you look at this, okay, you will be able to see that the volume for this, it's much. So what do? Let's reduce the volume for the background music a bit so that it does not overshadow.
Bot named Robo. He loved to tell stories and make
So you
everyone
see
laugh.
what we just made?
One morning, the city's imagination machine broke. No new stories, no new games, no new fun. Robo knew he had to help.
I'm
Robo
so
went on a big
excited
adventure. He met talking trees and silly
with this that we
clouds
just
who gave him
made.
clues to find the missing storybook.
So now we have come to an end. So look at what we made. All right, we just made a beautiful storytelling animation. Okay, not too complicated. All right, so now for your mini project, okay, you guys are going to do something for me. So for your mini project, I want you to just create your own story. I'm not telling you to animate. I'm not telling you to generate your own image. No. What I'm just telling you to do is for you to just write down your own story for me. The script I showed you guys, we have like pages, the pictures, and all those things. So just write down your own story for me, the story you want to create, all right? And we're taking it step by step. What I just showed you guys is just what we are going to do like in 2 months. That's for the 8 weeks, all right? So we just take it bit by bit. So just create your own story for me. All right, bye guys, see you in our next class.